What's up, guys? How we doing? Going to do a little review here of the trading day. Kind of wrapping up here earlier. I was hanging around for a little bit after 12 to see if anything picked up. Still might later, and I still might jump in, but I think I'm done for the day. Decent day, and let's see if there's anything interesting that happened, what happened, and what we can do about it. All right, so overnight, or not overnight, over the weekend, the whole Trumpy Bumpy debacle was going on with him almost getting killed, and that shot his Trump media SPAC company thing that he had, or it's no longer a SPAC, it's now combined. It shot it up. That tends to run correlated with whatever he's doing and how he's doing. But it popped up, and it's kind of like a meme stock name, and it kind of was doing this like consolidation sideways pattern. And my thoughts on this was I would keep it up with, not crazy size on it. And I was thinking it was going to go down just based on how the GameStop action happened a few weeks to a month ago when it gapped up like this overnight and kind of just sold off. And I think whatever it ended up doing, I think selling first, even if it did end up going, would be what would happen. And I was right. I was right to stay out of the way. And I did, and I focused my attention elsewhere on the SNCI biotech stock and then a couple other smaller names that popped up out of nowhere throughout the morning. So let's just take a quick peek at the open here, see if there's anything interesting. The DJT is the Trump stock. The SCNI is the biotech stock, and then I have this other gapper AREB off on the side, just because it looked okay if it would have held above $1. Yeah. All right. So I tried getting in here at the open. It looked like the stock was fully open, but sometimes if there's a lot of volume, Thinkorswim doesn't fill your orders. And that like there's still like an imbalance and it's still trying to figure itself out because it's a little bit of a slower, clunky platform and it's free. So I click here almost immediately, and it's just not filling, and then I cancel my order. It's kind of funny. They're not really market orders. They're market within the system as they try to match it. And you're able to cancel it because it doesn't actually go to the market sometimes. So they give you the cancel occasionally. Sometimes you try to cancel it, but it just like fills way higher. It can be kind of annoying. But today it was fine. It just canceled. And then I did this just to double check and make sure like the pipes were clear per se. I sent through an order of like 100 shares to make sure like the orders weren't backed up and still pending. And yeah, that was that. And yeah, I was expecting it to kind of bump there. It's running into the gap level right here on the daily. And yeah, the Trump stock is getting sold into. Probably a bunch of people holding were just like, wow, thank you. I didn't think this would ever pop back up. Or maybe I was waiting for it to pop back up, whatever. It goes almost immediately into a halt out of the open in the first minute. SNCI keeps playing around here, and I think it's what I'm watching. Yeah, this is just me double checking on the canceled order. Make sure it was actually canceled. Yeah, Pushing the highs up here, looking to trap a couple people, I think. Keeps trying to sell. Honestly, this open was a little boring. I was kind of ready to trade today, and not much happened. Which was fine. I just stayed patient. Yeah, as you can see, it's like it's not making progress. It tries 2 times at that 20 level, 720 level. Let's go. Okay, and then this starts to get interesting. I have notes. I have a timestamp in my notes to look at, which was 7:33-ish. Okay, yeah, now it starts to get interesting. Okay, it's like pops up. It's kind of holding, and like I'm thinking about getting in, but like it kind of caught me off guard, so I was like, I don't want to get caught in a flush here. I'm like, where would I get in? But it looks like maybe right there, and then I'd be holding as it jagged around. Yeah, I'd still be on my toes. Maybe still holding if I had a lot of conviction. And then there I'd be cutting for sure. Yeah. And then it'd be back up. All right. Yeah. So the entry, I guess, would be on this dip right here. Fakes everyone out. Pop right there at 40, 44, 45, 750. Get a little bit right there. Cut it. And then maybe get back in. Cut it. Nice. All right. Now it actually gets halted. And Dats was kind of sympathy to DJT, kind of not. I was just testing the waters to see if it wanted to like disconnect. I think it was a Momo meme stock back in the day. There wasn't any news. I don't know why it's popping. I guess it's a media company. All right, let's watch this halt open. Okay, so I make that mistake occasionally where I'm focused on side names and then like action happens on one of the main names because I just get bored, or it's in a halt and I think there's opportunity elsewhere. But I would have been better off to focus on here on SNCI for this halt open. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm still working on learning these high volatile halt setups, so I just have 100 shares queued up. And this one actually looks like it's hesitating, so. Yeah. So here I didn't want to trade it, but it kept kind of going up. And it's like, after a candle like that, do you really want to trade it? No. And that's probably why it's tradable. Um, big sellers coming in. It's not really flushing. I don't know. Where would I get back in here? Like, even knowing what happened. Oh, look at that. Almost halts down. Huh. I guess I did fine. I would have been cutting right there. Or maybe stuck in the halt. Yeah. All right. So now I skip that. It ends up going later. I think that's what I remembered. Yeah. IVP. Oh man, I got in there late. Still an okay trade, huh? And then there's AMIX. Oh yeah. I definitely got caught. I definitely got caught in a halt down with AMIX. Let's see how it goes. 44, 47. I'm thinking it just continues because there's nothing else really going on. I mean, aside from IVP, but like, not everybody wants to trade $15 stocks. And if there's a stock halted up that's like $1 to $2, $3, those can be more attractive, um, for newer traders at least. And then there's that AEON stock I was playing around on. Oh wait, do I get caught on halt down on AEON or AMIX? I don't remember. I don't know. Let's see here. The halt's about to open. Hesitates. I buy there and it reverses. I should have cut. I cut just a second too late on this one, and I end up being stuck in a halt down. But because it was learning, I was okay with it. And it was only small size, so it didn't really matter. Yeah. This trade I kind of liked. It was the close of the first green candle on the day on a very high profile name. And I was like, this is definitely going to get some continuation, I'm pretty sure. Ugh. Okay. Bippity boppity. And I took it with basically no size. But I was able just to like let it kind of ride a little bit longer than I normally would, because it wasn't like a big deal position. I could have just set a break even stop. That would have been awesome, but I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if the market makers just hunt those, like, or see them. I don't know. whatever it was. This trade was okay. It wasn't that great because I could have held longer. Cut there, ends up going after that, and just grind it up. Let's see. All right, 7 o'clock hour is coming on. Action tends to flip from whatever it was doing to something else, and so now I'm thinking stuff is going to start running. And I start looking at DATS. DATS starts moving. It was kind of in unison here, and I'm thinking maybe it can catch fire. It doesn't, but that was the theory. Nothing spectacular either way, good or bad. And then we get to 7 o'clock, and AMIX gets halted up. And now I'm like, oh, because that was the one I got halted down on. And I think I pull it up on the main screen here. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm like, probably it's game on. Like it faked a bunch of people out, made everyone think it's going to go down, 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 and now it's halted back up again. And you're like, well, if this holds, it's probably going to be game time. And back, back. Back. All right, so 10 seconds. Yeah. Burp. And then it holds. It's kind of like doing double toppy there, but it keeps popping above. I'm like, is it going to keep going? I don't know. The 30 level usually gets reversed in these. I was like, I don't like it super a lot. Sellers coming in. I'm very light on my feet on this, but I have a heavier size now because I trust it a little bit more because of it already tried faking everyone out. And then now it's grinded through a couple of sellers. Yeah, and it just keeps kind of grinding higher. And now I'm like, okay, I'll take my. Oh, I think I just let it. Oh no, boom. Yeah, you see that? The halt level was getting. So I'm in it from 34. It's at 44, but this was getting sold into pretty quickly, so I just bailed out. I didn't want to stick around for that, but it kind of holds up. Now probably the halt level is going to jump, and I'm waiting for that, but it jumps like right there. It jumps, and I get in, but it's hesitating, so I get out, and then I got filled, which is nice. But it kind of just like flashed up. It was like there was no pre-warning for that, so like I could have held with probably like a 40% chance that it would go down. But this was nice. I got in at the halt, and I was kind of comfortable. I was just thinking, all right, if it opens, it hesitates. It'll probably be a cut. But I was thinking high day, and 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 oh, okay. Okay, the open's right here. At 12:01, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so yeah, I cut it right there. It just opened super high, relative. Um, and it was already at highs at just above 5 days. It's kind of ripe for like a reversal. Um, Probably one of the most common patterns is to get to the high, get just above it, and then reverse. And this was no different. Kind of just it's not on short sale restriction. Yeah, and I did good by cutting it, although it looks like it's going to go there. I think it made a little micro high there. Um, yeah. Yep. I was ready to take it again, but it went into a halt down. And I think this marks the end of AMIX for now, at least. Yeah. So I transferred to DATS, thinking maybe it'll curl. I don't think it ends up getting much action. And then nothing really notable. AEON actually, I did decently on today. Not crazy good, but like decently good. I didn't think anything was going to happen here, but it holds and it just keeps going. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'll keep watching if you keep holding. That's usually my. I'm looking for an entry here. Looking for an entry. Take a trade there. Really, it's more like a taste test. I always feel like the first couple of trades on these kind of like late morning stocks are like you got to take a quick trade to see how the fills are and how it's holding up and how it's responding to your orders. And then because like the volume's not crazy either, it's only like half a mil at the highest, and then like the highest volume candle is right there, right there. And so these can go very volatile, very very quick. Um, and so a lot of these are just taste tests and staying nimble and light on my feet. It does end up pushing and going higher. AMIX actually ends up going higher too. I forgot about that. And I'm just like, yeah, I feel left out. I'm like, oh, I should have been in that all down. No, I'm just kidding. I hate all downs. They're annoying. Actually, take your foot off the gas right there. I'll show you the exact moment I do. It's like right, yeah. You see me take my cursor off the buy button. It's right, keeps going down. I expected that dip, but like this kind of like creep lower into the 50s. I'm like, ooh, I don't know. And it ends up halting down. Oh, almost halting down. No. Anyways, I was more interested in this. Where was that trade? Oh yeah, this is kind of good. Okay, so I'm like, oh, and I load up too. I mean, not really, but for the context, I wasn't sure about the stock, so it was pretty decent size. Huh. It was a nice little winner there. And I think there was when the day was like, okay, this is an okay day. But after that, I don't know where to get in because I don't know. I'm thinking like, look how close this is to this, you know, wedgie line right there. maybe on another dip, but it's probably not going to give me a dip. It's probably going to just keep running into that, and then if I take it, it'll probably be late. It'll probably reverse. And so it's like, even though it's still in like a funny consolidation phase, I don't like it. I tend to leave it alone. So I'm looking at this, thinking maybe AMIX to $2, but both of these right now are actually pretty decent maybes. Maybe, baby. Bless you. Um, yeah. All right, and so then I let everything kind of like chop around. It was already 10:30 Eastern time. I was not sure about anything. Amex was looking not promising as it's kind of stops its like upward halting and just kind of does this like chop around action. I'm just like, whatever. I don't care. I could have taken some dips off of it, but I was geared up for kind of like throwing at the highs, and I didn't want to start playing that game. And Aeon now is kind of just like, looks like it might start drifting lower, and this is kind of where it starts to turn around right here. See how CYN starts popping, and then looky here. I don't take any trades up through there, but I'm still watching that. All right, give me 1 second. Back. And then volume starts to come in. It's like literally the highest volume of the day right there. So I'm thinking right here, if that doesn't reverse and it somehow holds, oh look at that, I get in. I'm pretty confident about it too. There's even there's sellers, and I'm just like, if it breaks that second level of sellers, I'll get back in too. Yeah. Yeah, there were two sellers at prices like one step higher from each other, and I usually don't like that. It's usually less of like the seller fake out and more of like, oh, this is actually a seller. And I'm getting some decent trades there. It's hesitating a little, but I think it's gonna go right there. Boom. Again. Oh, there's someone at 40 or 39 just sitting on that offer. So I just stay cool. I just want to do things. Do a couple of things. And then now I start, yeah, I don't like that. It's like when I start taking small losses, it's usually because I'm getting in the wrong spots. Nice. Oh, it just keeps going. Oof. Oh, it feels so high on that. Oh, that's so annoying. That jump back in was a little bit of a mistake, but it was. I was getting hyped. I was getting caught in my own hype. Yeah, and I'm like, so I cut it here, a little bit of a winner, and then immediately I'm like, it's still creeping higher. There's still volume. I don't know if I recognize that it's a close to the 5 minute. I think I would have been a little bit more cautious. Yeah. But I literally get filled at the high of that, even though it looks like it was filling 61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I get filled my entire order at 69. Maybe it did fill a bunch of people, but I literally got filled really high, and I just cut it immediately. I was like, "Fuck this! This is not what I'm here for. Not here for getting filled at 69 and going back to 62, waiting for it to go to 59, cutting, waiting to watch it go to 75 after that." That's not what I'm here for. Yeah, because it was at like high of day too, like double top area. Yeah. Okay. So this is where I start to. It's like. So far, I've been good about keeping the cuts tight, which is like keeps me able to keep taking these small losses, but like the small losses just basically add up and they eat into your profit significantly. So if you can avoid these situations like this, where it's like any upward momentum is going to be a fill for like a bigger seller, and you're likely your traders are likely not gonna break through it, uh, especially after this candle, especially after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green candles, especially under 0.75. It's just likely not to. Anyways, if I could be faster at recognizing those types of situations. I mean, I think I'm fast to recognize, but slow to get off the gas because it was so rewarding in the last 2 minutes to be really good like that, to be very aggressive like that, and then in this minute, it's kind of like bump your head 1 penny higher, look like it's gonna fail, come up 1 penny higher, look like it's gonna fail, come up 1 penny higher, look like it's gonna fail. And if it did actually fail from this point, it would be, um, just from my experience, usually pretty brutal. And so I usually don't hold through those pullbacks. And oftentimes, what happens is it does go down, pull back just a little bit more to make you to put just enough like twisting of your nipple to like make you stop out, and then that's usually the low point, and then it usually runs back up. But to count on that run back up, even though it happens quite frequently, you're just so you're just so much in a zone where it's just such a bad price to do that at. If I were in the zone where I was taking the nipple twist instead of uh, coming off the highs, um, I would be okay to hold for a little bit more. But doing like that would make sense, at least to me. But like holding from that high, especially where it looks like it's going to do like a peak and a die, like where it peaks above the high and then it dies, it just doesn't seem like an experience that I want to have today. And so I was just like doing these little 3 cent stops and adding up some L's, but that's okay. The action was pretty decent on this. I'm okay with it. Okay, so it ends up doing that. I ended up keep trading. I ended up leaving it alone for a minute because it does look like it's doing the peak and die. And then this happens. It has a nice little green candle here. And I'm like, okay, this can go. You got 2 ways it can go, as always. But this can sometimes mean, in certain circumstances, that it's ready to, buyers are ready to step in. Like buyers might be able to be like, oh, this is like a break of the pattern. Let's see if we can take it up. And so I take some trades. And this is actually one of the best adjustments that I've made, um, is not trading this or this, but waiting for one of these to happen and then kind of like looking at it to trade. And even if I still lose on that, I think statistically I've done better waiting for that. And then this is going, I'm like, oh, maybe I can practice on some more super volatile names. But this is more my wheelhouse, and sometimes it's time to make money, and you got to go do this. And so now this candle forms here. I'm kind of just like, okay, I'm going to let it alone for now. CYN has my attention. All right. Super small size. Oh, this is an interesting note. Okay, so 1040 was super active. Timestamp. 1040 active. Okay, so what's happening here? So I'm not focused, but this starts to move. I get a little CON trade. Yeah, honestly, it was a little premature if I was looking for a dip. Yeah. Okay. And then so I'm back to my good old friend AEON. And AEON starts says, "Okay, let's play." Let's watch that one more time. What am I looking at here? Okay, so it probably should have died there. Like it should have died after hitting 74 here. And it's coming back up. I'm like, all right, it at least has to hit 75, and let's get in and see if we can get a move in that direction. A little bit of a risk of a flip. Sellers start to disappear. Like I don't know if you saw that, but it was like I don't even think that got filled. Maybe it did, but it's not there anymore. Oh, DJT is starting to move, and then I'm up, and then it just like pops to 80. I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on now? Actually, I'm gonna pull up my thinkorswim because DJT is moving. What else is moving? Let's see. Hmm. Oh, I want some AMIX. I want it. I want it. I love it. I want it. I love it. Yeah, and so this is something I was watching. Zap, I was watching. I actually don't want any of Zap. DJT looks like it's. Don't cheat on her. You see? Mm. 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 There's nothing immediately that's going on. I feel like if this starts moving, though, I'll take the AMX for sure. Yeah, I might halt it. Mm. All right. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I think DJT is probably going to go. I don't know if I want to try it. Oh, this one I feel a little bit more affinity for. I'm always having to update lines. They kind of stay relevant, they're kind of good, but then they just like create a nice amount of clutter on the chart if they aren't relevant anymore. And I think this might go to 2. I'm not going to take a long-term position on it and just play around in it, but it's also kind of creeping up to the halt level. I'd love to halt up. VWAP's way down there. I don't know. Let's see what it does. What's the halt down level? 131. A lot of trading is just not taking trades that you want to trade, because the trades that you like, everybody else likes, and everybody else usually gets roasted. So it's not a hard and fast rule, but it's kind of the way I think about it. I think I don't think I'm going to trade. Ah. Mm. The 5 minute right here is looking like it's building, but I want a little pullback, and I'm probably not going to get in until it pulls back or halts up. I'm not going to trade Donald Trump media, whatever, right now. That has to like get more promising. I want to show one more thing on the video, and actually, I'm going to keep this on the side chart just so I can move. Okay. And so it starts moving here. I take a couple trades, I do okay over here. And then I kind of fumble the ball here. Like, it's a great little setup. Super cautious. I think I do well right there. But then it pops to 3, and I'm thinking break at 3. And I start looking to position for that. And it's just like kind of chopping around on like, chopping down. Oh, give me a sec, damn it. Because this is moving, I gotta. Yeah. Nope, not ready. Okay, so it's going for 3. I see it's going for 3. It's already tapped 3. It's holding. Okay, I'm like, how do I position for this? I'm in it. And I'm like, I'm just going to take it out there and then get back in. And boy, oh boy, does it just flash up. Like, let's watch that one more time. It's just hesitating there. I hesitate for a second to get in, and it's up. And I'm like, this is where I make a mistake. I try to get in right here. I'm like trying to get in at 3. I get filled at 318. I'm holding for a second now after it's already tested way high. A little annoyed by that, so I take it out. It was higher risk. If that reverse right there, that would have been annoying. But anyways, I kind of fumbled the rest of this. I don't do badly on it, but I don't capitalize on it. And I'm going to have to go back and watch that later on my own. But I'm in the chat or the stream now, just so I can focus to see if anything's happening here. Anyways, peace.